amazing journey through your life. You brought a lot of things to Japan. You started doing Italian cheese in Japan. You started doing your salamis. I wonder if you also own a lot of companies here. I wonder if you have ever considered bringing grapes and doing wine here.
I want to do everything because if you think that Italy and Japan are the same parallel and the same shape. So Italy and Japan is twin, I do believe. In the world we have two twins. And you know, I am very proud to be Italian, but I am very glad to be in Japan because first of all, I was not, I came here by accident, but was the accident the best thing that can happen in my life. Is completely different of my way of living, culturally and everything, but there is something very, very close to Italy and Japan. Both of them are old country with the tradition, and the family value are very pretty much the same. You know, it's sad to say, I am in the generation that we left Italy because I want to see the world. Probably my grandfather had to left the Italy because they was starving. You know, we was not rich, but we was okay. My father make 4 children and study. So we was middle class family. So I didn't have to emigrate. And Japan was not on my goal. But I think destiny bring me here. And I live in Italy only 18 years. I live in Japan 34 years. You know, in the old day, I go to Italy for 2 months. Now I go to Italy for 2 weeks. And the first week I really enjoy. The second week I start to eat sashimi and curry rice and gohan. That my mama was, when she say white rice, she said, "What's happened? Your stomach, you have a stomach ache?" Because in Italy, people eat white rice only when you have a stomach ache. But I believe Japan changed me.
Any other question?
Yes.
So you came in the early 90s and you wound up going back and then staying. So you got to see the bubble, I think, in Kobe. And then when you came back, it was after the bubble. And did you?
No, I stay always in Japan. I never left.
Okay. And so what about did you notice anything about the economy, your business?
You know, we think that only the place we're born never change. It's changing all the time. You know, I came in Japan that was bubble. And I say, wow, if I had the restaurant in the bubble, I was making a killing. If you think 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and now, it's completely different. But I was here in the bubble time. Then when came my opportunity in 96, because it was the end of bubble, because the place that he couldn't rent for 3 years, I went there as a foreigner, and they said, okay, give me the money, you go to bankrupt anyway, pay for 2 years. This was the thing, but it was an opportunity for me. That's why I am glad that the bubble bust somehow, because if the bubble didn't bust, if I wanted to stay in Japan, I have to work for Suzuki company to do the manager of the restaurant. If, you know, I believe that we have to, as a foreigner in Japan, we have to be very respectful of Japan. But we are an asset of Japan because we have what Japanese people don't have. Because to be an island, they think all of them the same. We can add value to Japan. And a bomb like me can make the difference. So what we have to do Now everybody say, oh, okay, Kouarou, the economy is so bad because everybody does everything. I started my business in the cheese 10 years ago. You know what people say? Are you stupid? To make the cheese in Japan cost 2,000 yen a kilo. You can bring for 500 yen in Italy. 10 years later, cost of goods, yen yasu, everything. Now I am the genius. 10 years ago I was the stupid one. You know, I think that we have to do our stuff and believe in ourselves. And when I try to convince somebody, you know why I didn't get any partner? Because I don't want to lose the time to spend with somebody that don't want to hear. If I do something, I have the money, I do. If I don't have the money, I shut up. But to try, and let's be fair, in Japan, I pay the loan 0.6%. Even the worst businessman can make 2% profit. So what we talk about, there is so much opportunity in Japan that people don't see.
Yeah, Elio,
Sorry,
fantastic.
I am myself, so I don't want to offend anybody.
It's a fantastic story, thank you. And you talked before about the difficulties when you first started in business in Japan, the system not really helpful. And there's so much effort now on globalization, so much effort on Japan becoming more foreigner friendly in terms of business terms. What do you think? Do you think it's actually succeeding? Is Japan becoming more foreigner friendly as far as business goes?
It's very difficult to say because, you know, I came here 50 years ago. I miss the old Japan. To be honest, you know, was much more strong. It's true or not?
Yes.
For our dinosaurs generation, I miss because in any era, every 10 years, every 7 years, people say, but let's say even 10 years, things change. You know, I was in the 90s, was different. There was probably 10% of the foreigner there is now. But the foreigner that was here 35 years ago, the level of the people was so high, and probably because, you know, I see these people as my hero. I was in Kyoto and there was the IMG bearing in that time, and all these people come, we grow up together. They become hedge fund manager and everything. There was kind of culture and everything. When I see today somebody that come from foreign and have no respect of Japanese culture, this is hurt me, not because I am Japanese, because this country has been good to me. And there is manners. You know, in my little restaurant, I ban the people that I don't know, because, not because I don't refuse the money, because I am embarrassed if a new guest embarrass the existing guests. I stopped to do TV because all the Japanese women say, Elio-san, you want the commercial people or you want us? Decide. If you do once again a TV show, we don't come anymore. I never did this, it was 15 years ago, TV show. So Japan, we cannot stop the flow and we cannot do anything, but we are the generation that we was a privilege to be in Japan in the 90s, I believe.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
This is not a question, but maybe in addition to your story, I believe there's something special on your shoulder here. This is a pin that makes you a commander.
Yes.
And so you're like a knight of the Italian Republic. Is it true that it's because you employ more Italians than any other company in Japan?
Yeah, I became.
Tell us about the story.
Yeah, I became a knight in 2005 because I did the Aichi Banpaku, the Expo of Aichi. It was 1 year of really hard work because Italian people come in Japan, they don't know anything about Japanese mentality, and I was in the sandwich of the two cultures. And believe me, this took me really a lot of energy, but it was such an amazing experience. So the Italian government is the least to do is make me knight. Then I don't want to talk about how good I am, but one thing I am proud is in 2011, what's happened was the big earthquake in Fukushima. So Italian people in Japan, we are like 3,000-4,000 people. We are a very small community. And you know, most of the business is embassy, a representative of a big Italian company, so everybody is kind of snobbish. But Italian somehow do give the best in the emergency. So when March 11 came, so the Italian community, because I had the rest, I know everybody, I am like the Pope. So I call everybody, I say, let's do something for Japan. So we see the situation, but we don't want to go to Fukushima. We want to help Japan, but we are not here. So we went to Rikusen Takada. Rikusen Takada was the place that the big flood, the big tsunami, killed 3,000 people. So we adopt Rikusen Takada. And we was the first one to go there with my catering truck to bring food and mineral water and pampers for all the people. Every week we bring something. And we went to support them for 1 year. And at the end we make a library for the school there, for the kids that lost their parents. So I don't do this advertisement because I am a very old-fashioned. If you speculate to the bad thing that happens to people, bring bad luck. So I cannot say, oh, I am so good, I make commercial because I am doing charity. I don't do that because bring me bad luck. That's the stupid village mentality. But the Italian government recognizes that and make me grande ufficiale. And then 2 years ago, in 2022, the Italian government checked all the company, and with my little company, I am the Italian company that employs most of the Italian, the highest number of Italian.
I know where to find the job. Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It was a great opportunity to learn more about Elio's life, Elio's story.